wasn't just because they didn't get it. It's because they responded wrong. But if they would have got it and understood the hour they were in, chances are they would have responded different. They didn't get judged because they were ignorant. They were judged because they didn't respond right. But their bad response, Jesus tied it into, they did not know the hour they were living in, so they had a very casual attitude about what God was doing. He said that's going to end up, you're going to end up under the judgment of God, and you didn't need to be because you were not alerted, and there was not an urgency that would have made you live different. Top of page 66. Paul taught the church. He didn't use the phrase, this generation, like Jesus. Paul used the phrase times and seasons. It means the same thing. It said 1 Thessalonians 5, concerning the time and the seasons, brethren, talking about the times and seasons of the coming of the Lord. When you read the whole passage, he's talking about the second coming. He said, concerning the times and seasons of the second coming, you don't have any need that I tell you about that because you already understand. You yourselves know perfectly well that the second coming will come like a thief in the night. But you, brethren, you're not in darkness, so that this day of the second coming should overtake you like a thief. Therefore, watch, pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. The command to watch is to pay attention with a spirit of prayer, so you'll have discernment. Now, the phrase, he will come like a thief in the night, is a very popular phrase, but it's mostly misunderstood and misapplied. When Jesus said he's coming like a thief in the night, that was an ominous thing. He was saying, not only am I coming suddenly, that's what a thief is, but that's not the main thing he's saying. He's not only saying I'm coming suddenly, he says if I come and you're not ready, you will suffer loss. That's the point he's making. When Jesus comes like a thief, he will demand a response. And if you don't have that response, I don't mean when he shows in the sky, you go, oh, I changed my mind, I do love you. That's not what I mean. When he comes, if we're not ready, even as believers, we will suffer loss. We will suffer unnecessary losses. I don't mean we'll lose our salvation. But life will be far more difficult, and even our relationship with the Lord will suffer loss because of all the pressures that mount up. If we're not prepared, there is an element of suffering loss. So when he says, Jesus has come like a thief, you don't want that day to overtake you. You do not want to be unprepared. You really will lose out in some of what God had for you. You don't want that to happen. There's no need for that to happen because you're not in the dark like unbelievers. You are supposed to know what's going on. Much of the church is in the dark, and they're thinking Jesus coming like a thief any day is kind of exciting. If he comes like a thief to you, that means you're suffering loss. You don't want him coming like a thief to you. He doesn't come like a thief to people with a prophetic spirit who understand the word. We know he's coming. We're calling him to come by intercession. We're preaching that he's coming. He doesn't surprise us, and we don't suffer loss.